Okay, welcome. This is my Burbling class. My name is Eric. Today we're going to talk about feminism. Should be pretty fun. It's my philosophy class, and we're going to talk about feminism. We're going to talk about, how are men and women different? What roles can women play in politics and in religion? Should they play more than they do? What about the sex industry? Is that degrading to women, or is it for sexual liberation for women, right? Issues like this, we're going to talk about that. For anyone that wants to get in earlier, right, you can get a premium account. You can pay for that. I think you can also like the page on Burbling and get reservations. I also believe if you refer a friend as well. I'm looking forward to see students in my class. It's getting better, Glenda. It's getting better. It was 50 degrees Fahrenheit the other day, and it was hot. It felt hot, even though it was still pretty cold. So it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting to be nice. How's the weather down in Mexico, Linda? Cold and windy. Oh my. Right now it's clear. Looks pretty good out there. Okay, so we got some students coming in already. Let's see. Lucy, how are you?
Hi.
Okay, Lucy, we're gonna wait a second. I've got a lot of things going on. Let's see. Okay, let's try again now, Lucy. How are you? Yeah, you're cutting up. You're cutting up, but I think it was because everyone was joining the class at once. So where are you from, Lucy?
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, good. All right. Lucy, tell me, why are you learning English? Why
Sorry?
are you learning English?
Because I like,
Okay.
and also it's necessary.
Okay, good. And necessary for your job?
Well, actually for everything right now, but my career, yes, and to increase my laboral part, yes, I think.
I'm sorry, you broke up towards the end. Say again.
Including my career, also by job, because I want to apply to an enterprise, and it's only English.
Okay. So you gotta learn, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. Well, Lucy, welcome.
Thank
Let's
you.
see. Then we've got Alex or Alex. How are you?
Yeah, hi.
Good. Is it Alex or Alex?
Alex.
Alex. Okay, good. Alex, where are you from?
I'm originally from Syria. I live in Spain right now.
Oh, nice. Spain. Okay, good. And why are you learning English?
Well, two reasons actually. I'm a communication engineer, so it's very helpful in the technical world to learn English.
Mhm.
So that's one reason. The other reason is that it's fun. So
That's true. That's true. It's been very fun. Well, good, Alex. I'm glad you're here. That's excellent. Welcome.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. Then we've got Antonio. Antonio, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, good, good. Antonio, where are you from?
I'm from Spain, but I'm living in Argentina.
Okay, you're in Argentina. Okay, very nice. And so why are you learning English? What do you do for a living?
I work like an analyst of software, and I have some meetings on the week with people of USA, India, and Australia, and another place. And of course, we use English, so
Okay.
I need to improve.
Well, good, good. Well, I'm glad you're here to practice. That's good. Let's see. Then we've got Brenda. Brenda, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm good. Thanks.
Good, good. Brenda, where are you from?
I'm from Lima, Peru.
Okay, from Lima, Peru. Very nice. Okay, and what do you do for work? Are you working? Are you a student?
Well, actually, I have finished my studies at university. I have studied business management.
Okay.
Yeah, I think English is very helpful in terms of studies, in terms of work. So yeah, I think I need to improve it a lot.
Well, perfect. Perfect. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Then we've got everyone else I know. Good. Lendit, tell me the good news today.
Good news. Not good news, but today is a good day because we have a lot of tourists now. It's beach time here in Mexico, so.
Okay. Okay. And what's the Spanish word of the day?
Feminismo.
Feminism. There you go. Let's see if I can remember the bodyguard. That was. Oh shoot! Oh no! Did I forget it? It's guard. Oh, I forget. What was it?
Guardaespaldas.
Ah, there we go. Guardaespaldas. Okay, next class. Next class. I'll have that memorized.
Okay.
Good. All right. Well, good, Landon. Glad to see you. See, we've got Maria. Maria, how are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
Good. Can't complain. Tell me what's new. What's the good news?
Today I bought a dress.
Good. Hey, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, because next week is my birthday, so I was buying some clothes for that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what day is your birthday?
Wednesday, next Wednesday. Yep.
Okay. Well, Maria, if I don't see you before then, happy birthday.
Okay, thanks.
How old will you be?
23.
23. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That sounds pretty awesome there, Maria. Okay. Then we've got Sam. Sam, how are you? Welcome back.
I'm fine, thank you, Eric. I like your classes.
Okay. I'm glad you like my classes. I'm glad I like your opinion, so it's good to have you here.
Oh,
Good.
thank you. You gave me a chance to, express my philosophy.
Good, Sam. Well, good. Welcome back. And then we've got Wolf. Wolf, welcome back. How are you? Wolf, okay.
Fine.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Good, okay. Well, welcome back, Wolf.
Thanks.
Let's see. Did someone came in? Jaden. Jaden, how are you? Jaden, can you hear me? Okay, Jaden. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and start. So today we're going to talk about feminism, right? And what I do want in this class is we're actually not going to do a whole lot of reading. In fact, I don't think we'll do any reading at all. But we are going to talk about some different things. I definitely want the females in the class, right? Since it's about feminism, If you guys want to ask any questions of your own, please feel welcome, right? Or bring up any topics or concerns, right? Because I think that would be appropriate to have, you know, the women in the class be able to do that, okay? But first, what we're going to talk about here is, you know, kind of a broad question here. What are the differences between men and women? I'm not just talking body, right? I'm talking psychological. Like, what is the difference between men and women when it comes to emotions and thinking?
Women, we are complicated. Men are more basic people.
I will agree.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we think more than you in special topics like, I don't know, love or maybe feelings. The how do you say that? The men are more, how do you say, impartial?
Impartial.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. And so, why else? Why do you think women are more complicated? Linda wants me to ask you why. Why are women more complicated?
Because we think, maybe sometimes we think a lot, one thing that is easy, or maybe a situation that you have to choose something or to make a decision. Woman, yeah, and then they say that men have only three basic needs, that you need: sleep, eat, and the other one.
Right.
And no more.
Right. Sleep, eating, and the other one. Good. Okay. All right. How about the rest of you guys? What are some other differences, or are there differences? That could be
also multitask, because women, I think we have to be sometimes in many different things, or I don't know how to say. We think, as Maria said, thinking different things, doing different things, and men only have to be concentrated in only one. Because if somebody started to ask about some topic that is not related what he's doing in that moment, they only said, "What?"
Right.
I think.
Okay. Good. Any other thoughts?
Yes. I think women make emotions more complicated because it is a way to make like a security measurement, because they are always the weaker or always the victim. So it is a way to make a filter against others. For example, to make it harder to access. For example, their private lives. You know. And another thing is, yes, they have a good advantage at thinking in parallel. For example, if I was here focusing on this class and someone else is talking to me, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to have a seizure. But women can process many thoughts simultaneously. This is amazing. Yes.
So that they can multitask. Okay. Is it possible that we stereotype women as some way over another, right? Because it is possible. You know, there are women that are not compassionate, right? There are women that can't multitask. There are women that maybe are more simple than some men. Maybe some men are very complicated with their emotions. Are these stereotypes, right? Or is this an actual reality that they're different?
It's a natural reality.
Natural
all
reality.
Women in all the world have like similar things. It depends of the how do you say, of the precedence of
I'm sorry, what?
Or how do you say, we put more heart in the decisions, maybe.
Okay, you put more. Okay, some more heart.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, they put more emotions in a decision, more, but the man puts more logic, you know. And another thing is that when we talk about something like feminism, it's a huge topic, and we talk about a general rule. Of course, for every rule there are always exceptions.
Right, and that's why I want to bring it up here, because if we talk about roles, right, gender roles, what women do and men do, right, and if we're talking about equality, right, so feminism is concerned with equality, if there really is a difference between men and women, right, that could make a difference in what we want to say that women and men, what they ought to do, what roles they ought to play in society, right? Do you guys agree or no?
Yeah, there are some things that women can't do.
Okay.
It's not about being equal. It's because physiological and mental differences that they cannot do some things as well as men cannot do. Women can.
Okay. So, okay, I want to hear from the women on this, right? Do you believe that there are some roles, right, some jobs or some areas that women ought not to be a part of, or should women be equal in all jobs and all roles? Yeah, we do need more women inside here. I guess we only got Lucy and Maria, so.
Well, I think the stereotypes are a limit that the society, impose. I don't know how to say. Yes.
Imposes, yes. Society imposes.
Imposes, because about physiological and all kind of things that, for example, in construction, that women can take too much weight. I don't know how to say. I saw some women that can do it, so it's only a limit that it's mental, and the society says no, you have to be nice, cute, and all kind of things, and men, you have to be strong and you don't have to cry. So it's we are in 21st century, so we have to drop that thoughts, because women can do many things as men can do roles that supposedly to be for women. So it's only mental, I think.
Okay, so it's only something that, like, we just have this societal grouping, right? Okay, so like Glenda said on the side there, what about in the military, right? Okay, even if we're talking about maybe a job well done, right? Could a female do a better job as a general in the military than a male, or does it matter, right? Maybe they just, like Vivian said, they're bringing something different, right? They're capable of doing something. But if we want something, should there be a preference for a gender in a role like in the military?
I think yes, because as another guy said, men are more logic than without feelings. So you can especially in the military, you can make that things without thinking with emotions. So focusing only in the objective instead of thinking that what will happen in the process. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, any other thoughts? That was good, Linda. Any other thoughts about women, I guess, in the military?
I think that it is not fair to say equality. Equality means that men and women are 100% equal and they can function the same. Well, I think this is wrong. But we can say justice. For example, women are more capable of doing stuff more than men, and the same goes otherwise, and vice versa. So justice implies that you can find some common ground between them, but in the end you will find some areas that men are more capable of doing it than women, and the same way around. And for example, of course, when I say that, always for every rule there are exceptions.
Right.
And you can, in the history, you can find women who are much stronger than men, and they can function, do their jobs much much capability, or you know.
Okay, yeah, and that's good. And in some sense too, I would say that there are going to be some roles that some men might be suited to better than women, not because of anything psychological, but physically, right? If men are naturally a little bigger and a little stronger in upper body strength than women, right? Maybe you would want a man to be a firefighter, right? That's going into buildings and picking up people and rescuing them over a female, but not that females would be the wrong choice, right? And maybe in some areas, right, you would prefer, maybe they are more compassionate, so maybe you would want them to be the caretakers in some situations, right? For example, the role of mother, right? Maybe the role of mother really ought to always go to women, right? Maybe you don't want a man playing mother because a woman is just going to do better in that role, right?
Yes, right. And there's something that might not everyone believe in it, but in the history, it was said in some cultures and religions, they believe that a man is created from soil, okay, and a woman is created from the man himself.
Right.
So that means that a man is built already to deal with materials, and a woman is created to deal with humans.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Sorry, I think it's a cultural issue. I don't think there is the difference are there, but are because we teach the male or the femme to woman to act like this since the first day they born, you know. I think it's a cultural difference, and of course with the time, with the miles of years, the genes are adapted to these rules. I think if the woman she was the hunter in the Neanderthal, for example.
Right.
She was the stronger, and we were the weaker. I think it's a rule culture in the beginning, and after that the species evolved to difference every genre. I don't know if you understand.
No, I did. Yeah. So I guess you're saying that back in our origins, as cavemen, right, or in our beginning, right, maybe women were the hunters, we're in charge, right? And then what we've done now is we socialize, right? Women or men from the day that they're born. This is how men act. This is what men think. This is how men are. This is how women think. This is how women are. This is how they feel, right? Things like that. And I think that we could make an argument for that too.
Yes. So I think basically our brains are the same, and they can learn to do the same things that we make today. We do, and we can learn how they do. So I think it's a rule, only a rule.
Okay, good. So all right, I want to there's a lot of stuff I want to cover, so we're going to keep going here. What do you guys think about leaders? So we talk about presidents, right? Obviously, there are several places that have female leaders now. I think Brazil has a female president right now, which is awesome, right? But if we're talking, so what is there a difference in how they lead? Is there a difference in how they see things? Or is it just a difference in personality?
Well, once I saw a documentary about Hillary Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
and the society said that when she was trying to be like acting like a man, to be stronger, not feelings, everybody started to criticize her because they said that she wasn't she was a woman without feelings and all kind of things. But I think that it's the capability, the ability to be president or included in the religion, for example. There is only one woman that is I don't know the word, sacerdote.
Oh, in the priesthood? Priesthood?
Yes, yes. It's in Europe. I don't remember the city, but it's the stereotypes that women must be nice and all kind of things, but because when it started to act like a man, cold and all things, the same society says women must be present and all kind of things, but then start to criticize. So it's a contradiction.
Okay, no, yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting because I do remember the whole Hillary Clinton thing. She has been critiqued of being very manly, right? And maybe, and that is something interesting too, because men are usually more associated with being ambitious and wanting power and leadership positions, right? No, women could want that too, that's fair, but maybe women act in a different way. So Linda and Vivian were saying that a woman is more efficient as a president. I want to know why.
Because I think, for what I see, that they are less propense to be ambitious and to get involved in the power. You know, like here, for example, in Mexico, some presidents are getting to the power, and they start going crazy with the power. They don't do anything for the society. They just steal and get bribes and stuff like that. And I think that if you want to call it like that, women are more moral. They have more values, and so they do things more efficiently and without being ambitious and stealing.
That's interesting.
Go
ahead.
I can agree. Sorry, I can agree with this because we had a woman president, and I think there is no other person in the heart with more I don't know, or more desire to the power. So yeah, I think they are women and men are the same. All this, but in the case of our president, it's an example of this. She acts like a man. In the past, other president in Argentina, they did the same wrong things, you know.
Okay. So again, they might be equal, and that is one thing is there might be a harder question here. Is are women more moral than men? I would say that men they're more prone to certain acts of I guess badness than women, but I also think women they can be pretty manipulative too, right?
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Maria.
In the leadership or in the government, it depends of the personal skills. It's not about the gender, because like Antonio said, like in Argentina, maybe her leader is not a good leader, but in Brazil, the female president is a good leader. So it depends of the leader skills that the person has. So yeah, I think
that's right. Yeah, so Maria, and then I think Vivian was saying the same thing. That again, maybe it has nothing to do with who would do better. We just want to give everyone a chance, and they can prove themselves in an area or not. Okay, so I want to talk about something different, right? I think one of the issues that I think is interesting in feminism, right, is when we talk about pornography and the sex industry, right? Because there are two arguments, right? On one side, you could say that the pornography or prostitution is very degrading to women, right? It puts them in a very male-dominated fantasy world, and they degrade themselves to it, right? But on the other hand, someone could say that it liberates females, right? They own their sexuality, and they're able to do what they want with their sexuality. They're not controlled by men in that sense. What do you guys think about that topic?
But sorry, yeah, but you can't blame only men for this. There are a lot of women, they are really die to buy a lot of fashionable clothes and sexy clothes. There are a lot of women, they really die to being sexy. You can't blame for this man. These women really wants to buy these kind of things, make them themselves sexy. It's not men's fault. Women want to be sexy, but you can't blame the man. It's not men's fault. I mean,
right. So if a woman is in pornography, or if a woman chooses to be a prostitute, is that because it is her choice? She is owning her sexuality and she's choosing to do what she wants with it?
I don't think this is related to the women's options, because I think, for example, the subject you are talking about, pornography, is not related to a specific gender. It's related to an entire society. For example, if you see a girl acting in a way, in a behavior that we think that is unmoral, and a man reacts to it and show that he was pleased, then he is encouraging her to do it again. For example, in another society that a man that doesn't show interaction with that, and we show a negative reaction, you will not see her do it again, right? So it's not related to her gender. But when you go in the other part of this subject, for example, why is the woman controlling this? Why is she the one that she have to be beautiful, and the man, well, he just have to follow? Well, this is in the human nature, that she doesn't initiate any relationship. She just attracts, and the man have to make the initiative. Of course, this is a general rule. For each rule, there is an exception always.
Okay.
No, but sorry, but you say that about pornography. Yeah, woman. It's a lot of women I mean, they are not really sexy. They are not really, physical appearance is not really proper for porn industry. But they are owner. They are employee. These women give the other women, I mean, creates vacancy in porn movies.
Well, as you said, it's an industry. So if you are encouraging, if they see that this industry is working and they get money, so that means that it is accepted by the other side. When they see that it is not accepted, well, they will stop it. They will find another way to earn money, because they see it as an easy way, right?
Right. Okay, I can see.
I mean, sorry. Is it not easy way? Maybe prostitution is easy way. How about being supermodel? Look at the Victoria's Secret models. Every woman wants to be a Victoria's Secret model. You can't be easily be a Victoria's Secret model. You have to work really hard. It's not easy job, I mean.
Okay, so I guess on one hand, what you're saying there, Sam, is that it's just not a men or women thing, but it's society. We either approve or disapprove, right? And I guess what I want to say, though, or what I'm asking here is from a female view, from a female point of view, right? Is the way that pornography or prostitution is in the sex industry, is that because we live in a patriarchal society, right? So again, society will agree or disagree, but maybe it's because it's a patriarchal society. Men dominate society rather than a women-dominated society. So, for example, if we had a woman-dominated society, would pornography and would prostitution, would the sex industry be different? Or would it be the same?
I think it will be the same because there will be still men in the society, so it will be the same. For example, prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's female or male in the power. If you have men in the society, you will still have prostitution because we approach to that. So it will be the same, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So again, maybe the drive is still there. Go ahead, Antonio.
I think the only difference will be that the porno for female it will be more dialogues, perhaps.
Be more what?
Dialogues or romantic situations.
Okay. So to be more romantic. Okay.
But there will be sex in the same way because they like the sex exactly like us. It's not the difference, but the rules of the society say that the woman can say that, but it's a wrong idea. I think if they govern the world, the pornography will be there. It will be a little different because I don't know, they like more the situation, but the sex they will be the same.
Okay, so
because the majority shows submissive women, and if women ruled or had more power in society, maybe they will not act like those on the sex industry.
Okay, so I guess as far as that goes, maybe would you say that it is degrading to women, or it makes them be submissive when maybe they shouldn't be submissive, or is it okay as it is?
But sorry, Eric, in porn industry, actors, not only women, also men involved in this industry. Also, it means makes men also victims.
Also what?
Also make men victims also.
Okay, so it makes
yeah, in porn industry doesn't mean actors only women. Men on men. There are a lot of men involved in porn industry also.
Sorry, I want to add that there are 2 or 3 directors now in the world, women, that makes films, porn films, in the female way. So they think like us. Perhaps in another way, but I think they like the porn exactly like us, but you know.
Right, and again, though, this is what I say. Is it because they like porn the same way, just like I said, because it's a patriarchal society and this is what is taught, right? We're not. But one of the girls was going to speak, and I don't know who it was.
I think will be the same because when I was in high school, we analyzed the topic, and there are many women nowadays in the world of pornography, not like the victims, also like the leaders that control and attract the other girls, women, to be in this world of the prostitution, and they act like a man. They don't feel compassion even for the saying that you see the feeling that it's the same and you are damaged. I don't know how to say the person, and they. We saw one movie that it's I don't know, Trata de Blancas, the name of the movie. I don't remember in English, but the women attract these victims, and I think it will be the same if the women control pornography or not, because they only want money. That's the finish.
Okay, so that's interesting. So again, we may still have.
I have
Go
a
ahead, Maria.
question about it, about the pornography in female or male situation. I have a question. If somebody don't oblige you to participate in some movie, pornographic movie or something like that, it's a bad thing too. Maybe in the people trading, that when some people sell or buy women, it's a bad thing, but because the women are obligated to do it. But in some cases, pornography movies or pornography, how do you say, pornography market don't oblige to the participants to participate in it. So I think that all this stuff, or all the, how do you say, in the pornography topic, if is it legal, maybe some people do it because they want to do it, no because it's an obligation, or they are how do you say it, they are punished to do it, pushed to do it.
Yeah, an obligation. Let me see if I understand you, Maria. So I guess there would be a difference, let's say either pornography or prostitution. If I was poor, if I was really, really poor, and the only way that I could make money, right, was to sell my body or make a pornographic video, that is a different situation than, me having a good amount of money, but thinking, hey, I can make some good money by being a prostitute.
Yeah,
or
but I think that it is like a easy way to find money, to get money, because always there are some different ways. Like, I don't know, sell something in an independent way, or being a housemaid, or I don't know. But if you want to get the easy things or easy money, you can be a prostitute, or be participant in a pornography thing or something like that.
So, Maria, would you say then that it is empowering for women to be able to choose to do that, than if they want to do that?
Of course.
Okay.
I think that always are different ways to get the things. Because maybe if these women are obligated to do it, is the only way, because they are obligated for some people. But I don't know, prostitution is like another common job. As Len did say, is the oldest job in the world. Maybe some people maybe choose it because they want to do it, or maybe they prefer, or they enjoy to sell their bodies or something like that.
Because they feel free to sell their bodies. It belongs to them. They can do whatever they want to their bodies.
Right, no, that is true. Yeah, they should be able to do what they want. That could be, again, their right, and it could be empowering for them, right? It's good. Okay. All right. What else was I going to ask? Was there any other comments?
About women and men working as prostitutes, usually, I don't know how to explain that properly, but women tend to suffer more if they tell, or they make it open that they work as a prostitute than men, because they say, it's like there is a concept that the woman body is sacred or something like that, and work as a prostitute or showing much of their bodies like models, they assume that because of that they are not virtual. I don't know how to say that.
No, That's a good point, Vivian. Yeah, because again, if a woman, right, let's say a woman is owning her sexuality, right? So she chooses to do what she wants with her body, and if she chooses to, be a prostitute, be in pornography, or if she chooses to sleep with whoever she wants to, right? It is definitely different how society views that woman than how they view a man, right? A woman that sleeps around, they're going to be called a whore or a slut and negative names, right? Where a man is going to be called, a stud or, way to go kind of thing, right? No. Go ahead, Vivian. Sorry.
I read about a small search and they were looking for offensive ways to call a girl, and there was like 100 or millions ways to call a woman as a whore or something like that as well. And for men, there was just few words. And that's how they show that it's biased when it's with women.
It's interesting. And so do you guys think that is because it is a patriarchal society, because men usually have more control in that area, or do you think, again, if women were in charge, if it's a matriarchal society, would that be different?
Well, yes, because it comes from the power.
Okay, so let's go Vivian and then Brenda. Go ahead, Vivian. I couldn't hear her.
There is a lot of ways to show power, to demonstrate power. And one of them is how you, I don't know how to explain it, it's so difficult. It's how you coerce the general people. It's so difficult to explain. And women tend to be coerced by the sexuality. So if women were if women had the power, it was a matriarchal. I don't know how to say that word.
Matriarchal.
Yes. Society, then women's sexuality wouldn't be such a taboo or something like that.
Okay, interesting, yeah. Brenda, you were going to say something?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's all about who dominates, men or women. I think every single individual has the option to choose whether it's okay to assume some kind of roles or not. So maybe in the issues you were talking about, prostitution and the other one, what was it? Pornography, I think some women like to do that sort of things and some others are like obligated to do it. But I think it's really up to them to do it or not. So I think there are like some stereotypes that women have the power to do whatever they want, but it is true also that we have the freedom and the power to do what we really want. So I think it's our role to follow what we think is okay.
Okay, good. All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Wolf.
Yeah. There are a lot of bad words against a woman, like a slut. But you can't blame for this man. How do you know these words is bad words created by man? If you look at the women, two women call themselves sluts, and the women use these words against each other. Maybe women just creates these words. How do you know that? You can't blame the man for these words. Women call themselves, use these words against each other.
No, that is true. Go ahead, Vivian.
I'm sorry. It's not of who created them, but how they are used and how frequent they are used. If there was just 3 or 4 words for offend women, it would be just equal.
Women use these words against each other in the same way.
Now, again, what we could say though is, again, just like I was saying before, maybe if men are making the rules, if men are dominating how things ought to be interactions ought to be, right? Again, men are encouraging or allowing women to call each other sluts, right? Women may do it, but again, it's because they're in a patriarchal society. I'm just saying we could see it from that view, maybe. Okay. Okay. So let me ask you another topic. We'll move from the sex into something else, unless you guys had any other comments. Okay. So one of the other things that I read here is that I've got some noise coming from somebody. I don't know who it is.
Can I say something?
Please, Minnie, go ahead.
I don't understand why men insult I don't know, prostitutes or women that practice the prostitution. But because men are the principal customers of the prostitutes, so they shouldn't to insult them, because the prostitution how do you say, exists because of them. So if you create this job to satisfy, I don't know, maybe some how do you say, corporal physical needs, so it's all because of them.
And that's a good question. We should probably, the other men in the class can definitely answer. But I would say, in one sense, men, they do want to control women's sexuality, right? And so, I mean, by shaming a woman into acting a certain way, it's a way that we can control.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, Wolf.
Always women use their sexuality like a weapon. Also, another point of view. Okay, man, you can say man wants to dominate women's sexuality, but women not stupid. Why a lot of people call women evil? Because some women is really clever. They use their sexuality, make man their slave. That's another point of view.
No,
we can't blame only man for this.
No, that is true, Wolf. Yeah. Again, women can be very manipulative, and they can use sex against men, right? And so, again, maybe it's not men controlling it, it's men responding to the control.
Yeah, of course. I know there are a lot of men, like a dog in front of the woman, because they use the man like really in a slave, because they use their sexuality like a weapon.
Good. Okay, any other comments?
Why can't women use their sexuality or their sex power as a power? Why is it wrong? I think both women and men can do it.
That's true.
I think that's the answer.
Because men can do that, I mean, you definitely hear about men using women, seducing women, and then leaving the body. Women could also have the right to seduce however they wish, right?
Yeah, I didn't say it's a wrong thing. I mean, of course, women's right to do this, but I mean, you can't blame only men.
But maybe they use it as a weapon because they had no other resource or no other tool.
No other tool? I mean, sorry, but you are insulting women now, because women have a brain. I know a lot of clever women. Let me remind you Nobel Prizes. If you're curious, we can look at the Nobel Prizes. There are few, but really clever women won the Nobel Prizes. They are not sexy, just they are clever. They use their brain.
I'm not saying that they are not intelligent or something like that, but sometimes they are restricted by other things, so they cannot use their brain power or their imagination to skill it.
But you said that their only weapon, their sexuality. You said
no.
But okay, so let me give a good example here. Okay, we could have a society where women don't have access to education, right? Where they don't have access to they don't have any other access to any other power but their sexuality. That's the only tool they have. Then yeah, that would definitely be relevant. And then I think Wolf, you have a good point too, in that we can't fully blame men unless we say that it is because it's a patriarchal society that's making the rules, and it might be different under a matriarchal society, right? Or am I wrong?
No, there are a lot of successful women in the history. There are a lot. You can look at in the United Kingdom. You can see Queen Elizabeth. She is really successful. Queen Victoria. She dominated really half of the world, but she's a woman. And look at the German Prime Minister. Look at Florence Nightingale. I mean, is coming to my mind at the moment. There are a lot. There are a lot of successful women. They are not sexy. They use their brain. They are clever. I mean.
Right. Okay, you guys. Let me ask you another question in the last 5 minutes. One of the other things that I read that I thought was interesting again is if women see things different, like we discussed, right? Then there's going to be a different view, right? So women in different career options are needed, right? Because they bring something different to the table. And one of those things, right, was when we talk about history, right? So there's kind of there's a play on words in English, right? That you have history, right, and so history, and then we should be concerned also with her story, right? So if we talk about the winners make the rules, we have a very male-dominated history, right? So men write history, right? Now, is it possible that women would see a different version of history, or women would write history different?
History is a science, so there is a method for making history, for creating history. It's not just a lost work of telling a story. So everyone has to follow these methods.
Okay, so you would say it doesn't matter if it's men or women that's writing the history.
Well, I'm trying to say that it shouldn't make a difference if it's men or women. But
Okay.
if it is like that, then it's another way.
Okay, no, that's very, yes, again, it might be equal. Does anyone, any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree with her, because at the end you are only telling facts, so you are not inventing or being creative. You may be creative in the way that you tell the story, but the facts are the same. At the end, you will have the same information. Maybe.
Was anyone in my history class when I talked about the philosophy of history?
Yeah, I think I was there.
Yeah, and so we talked about part of history being subjective. It's not all objective, right? It's subjective, right? Because there's several facts out there, but I'm the one that chooses to share those facts. And I guess what I'm saying, is there a difference in how a man would share those facts than how a woman would share those facts?
Oh, I think it depends in the person, not so much in the gender, because every person will see different facts and they will tell different facts. So I don't think it's about the gender, it's more about the person.
Okay, so again, it just might be personality rather than gender. Okay.
Yeah, subjective, as you said.
Okay, good. All right, females of the class, do you guys have anything that you guys would like to ask or comment on?
Yes.
Go ahead, Vivian.
I just wanted to make it clear that feminism is not about women being more powerful or better than men, but about the equal opportunities. So if there are more women trying maybe stereotyped male jobs or taking more positions on what was it to be called male parts, it's not something bad. It's just we're trying to get equal because we are all human beings, so we should have the same opportunity.
But I want to add just one more thing. I think our subject is feminism, yeah?
Yes.
I think feminism, it will not make any good for women. It will create chaos in our society if you look at the feminism. because it's feminism. It's putting the sex against each other instead of trading offenders and victims as individuals. Feminism claims a woman needs a special protection. Special protection doesn't mean equality.
Okay, yeah, and that's a good point, Wolf. And it would definitely depend on what kind of feminism we talk about, because again, there are some that would argue as certain feminism, right? And then I think there's another that part of what feminism is not just female rights, but also a male liberation as well, right? That what we really, really want is a sexual equality, right? For the genders to be the same. Yeah, but again, Wolf, you may be right too. That again, there could be some aspect to it that is by making someone special about it, then it does make it unequal. But,
Yes,
okay.
I think that is to leave the stereotypes that you have to do this and you this because girls have to use pink color and men blue. It's to open your mind and say that every human in general have the capability to develop their self and it's as Vivian said equally, not to be better and the power of the girls. No, it's the same opportunities to everyone as human.
Good, I like it. Okay, you guys, well, we're going to wrap up right there. I think that was a good ending. Here's my Facebook page. You guys can complain or compliment or tell me what I should teach, whatever you guys want. Thank you guys for coming. You guys were awesome as always, and I will see you guys later. I'm gonna create my schedule probably tomorrow or Sunday, and I'll tell you guys when my next class will be. Okay, so thank you guys. I will see you guys later.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
See you.